Hi, Darren Fulwell from IP Fabric here again, with another example of some of the work that we're doing with our experimentation around MCP and exposing IP Fabric's knowledge and insight of your network. What we're doing here today is we're looking at design validation. So as network engineers, obviously, we've all seen many network design documents containing tables that look something like this. In this case, you've got information here about layer 2 connections between switches. You've got layer 3 connections and their IP addresses. You've got the gateway settings, and you've got the VRRP configuration information, for example. You could have a bunch of things here. But what we want to be able to do is go to our network and validate that actually the network has been deployed the way you would expect it to. Now, as you can see from our IP Fabric snapshot here, we have information about that location. It's that you can already see there are things missing, obviously, with the resilience back here in the switches, and that firewall there, the VPN firewall, clearly isn't connected to anything. So what we'll do is we'll just have a look at the next snapshot, which shows that, what happens once some changes have been made. And now you can see my firewall is connected to the wider network. It's also connected out to AWS here. And I've got some connections as well, some redundant connections from my switches out here, which I didn't have previously. So all good, but are they configured the way that we need them to be? Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get someone to go and answer me that question without me having to do it myself. Let's switch across and show you what we asked Claude to do for us. So Claude is connected via MCP to our IP Fabric snapshot. And what we're going to do is we're going to ask it to validate that design has been implemented as expected. That layer 2, layer 3, the first stop resolution protocol is all configured as it should be, and that everything is connected to the right interfaces. And then we're going to ask it to basically summarize that for us and tell us what needs to be remediated. So it takes the information from the snapshot. It takes, which you can see it's found here. It takes the information from the spreadsheet and starts querying IP Fabric in order to validate the switch ports, the IP interfaces, the VRRP config, and the neighbor topology. And some really interesting detail here when you dig into it. And here you can see it's actually completed the analysis. It's shown that these are all the trunk links. It pairs those against the switch port configs. It's gathering information here about which ports are connected to which and so on. We're going through and doing lots of validation. You can see lots of ticks here, some crosses. You can see it's checking all kinds of information, and then it's got all the data it needs. So let me open the resulting report that comes from that. And it was this one, the Paris 1X validation report. And if I open this one up, you can see that it's actually put together in Markdown a full report of everything. And it's saying here, Paris 1X has been validated against the design spec. Layer 3 infrastructure and SVIs are correctly implemented, but there are significant discrepancies in Layer 2 and in the VRRP config. And it proceeds here to detail all of those here for you. So here's your tables with the information in, what's good, what's bad. You can see VRRP, the group numbers are all incorrect and so on. But what it also does is adds our remediation actions for us. And we didn't even ask it to do that. But you can see here the Arista config for those switches in order to go fix that information, and a little summary at the bottom here to state the percentage of compliance as well. So all of that done without any interaction with me, the user. It's gone ahead and used its knowledge and understanding of networking in order to produce that. Now, of course, we wouldn't take that verbatim. We would, of course, check that through. But you can see a significant amount of time been saved just bringing all that data together. If that use case is interesting, and if you want to know more about the things that IP Fabric are doing with MCP, and you're in Amsterdam this week, go to our booth at Cisco Live, the World of Solutions, booth B04. The team are there demoing MCP and demoing the solution as a whole. Just let them know I sent you. Take care.